Look at me all making a video not even a month after the first one. I'm on a roll! So, this review is going to be of a manga because I did an anime last time. So the manga is called Doshitemo Furetakunai, or the English title as it is published in English by Junei Manga, No Touching at All. I think that title sounds stupid, but another rant for another day. So, category number 1, story. Doshitemo Furetakunai is about an office worker named Shima, who is moving to this new office. He got a new job after leaving his last one for personal reasons. And he develops this relationship with his boss named Togawa. And that's pretty much the only characters. One of the things I like about the story is its cast is really small, which means most of the characters become really well developed, besides, named background characters. But there's really only 3 named characters that you really have to worry about, aside from the boss's boss, but he's like a really minor character. There's Shima, obviously, Togawa, and Onoda, who is another employee and someone who becomes friends with Shima. And those are basically the 3 main characters. Onoda's really a minor character in this story, but he is the main character of the doujinshi series that comes after this, and it's awesome. The story is nothing really groundbreaking. I mean, you're not going to be like, oh my god, I never even thought of that, but it's really well done. It's compelling. It has just the right amount of angst and funny to sort of give it a really nice tone. Like, it's not a total comedy, but it's not a total angst fest either. Like, it's a good balance between the two. And because the cast is so small, all the characters become really well developed. You don't really have sort of that character soup going on where you're like, who is this? I don't even know who is who, and they all have... Yeah. So, yeah, good story. Second category, art. No animation, because this is a manga. The art is done by Koi Yoneda, and I love her art. She's one of my second favorite yaoi mangaka. She's one of my second, yeah. She is my second favorite yaoi mangaka. Her style is really distinctive. It's unique. It's not typical yaoi style. It's not quite as different as Naonobora, but she does... Yoneda has a really cool style of her own. One of my favorite things about Doshitemo, and why I decided to do it as a review, is because she tells the story through art. A lot of manga sort of suffers from this over-narrative stuff. There's always a box of narration being like, oh, when as I picked that thing up, I felt really sad because it reminded me of blah, 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 and then, leads into a flashback, And a lot of manga sort of suffers from this. I see it as a crutch because they're not confident in their writing, in their art abilities. So they sort of put in the narration and they put in the explanation just in case you didn't get it. Doshitemo has a lot of moments, and indeed a whole line, done with a picture frame that in Togawa's house, that actually there's no narration to it at all. It's basically just you see Shima see it, he walks over, looks at it, decides not to pick it up, but he doesn't say anything about it. Like in other manga, I can definitely see there'd be some narrations, like when I first noticed the picture frame, I didn't know what to think. Maybe it was a lover. Why was it face down? Was it maybe a picture of his lover, of his wife, of his kids? I don't know. And I didn't want to know. There's not any of that. It's purely art. It's purely in comic form, which I really like. I really like that. Maybe that's just nerdiness of me. And obviously there's other instances of that as well. So much so that when I actually was listening to the drama CD while reading the manga, I noticed there are places in the drama CD where they really had to sort of make up dialogue for these scenes happening, because otherwise you wouldn't know what's going on. So that's cool. Which actually is a perfect segue into category number 3, sound. Now obviously if I review a manga that is not does not have a drama CD, then this category does not exist. But Doshitemo does in fact have a drama CD. That is quite excellent. Shima and Togawa are both really well done. Shima is played by Kenji Nojima, and Togawa is done by Hideo Ishikawa, and Onoda is played by Toshiyuki Morikawa. You might not know them off the top of your head, but they're pretty prolific. They've done some really good stuff. You can look them up on Anime News Network if you are curious. I definitely saw some sort of like hee-hee kind of things that I won't share because that wasted way too much time last time. But they all do a really good I especially like Shima. I think he does, well, I like Nojima as Shima. I think he does a really good job of portraying Shima's sort of kind of his standoffishness, but also his softness, I guess, is how I can explain that. But I love all of them. I think Togawa does a great, Ishikawa does a great job as Togawa. Yeah.
あれ何そのあからさまなのちょっと
臭すぎる
ああ、そっか俺が匂うのねそりゃそうか今朝まで酒飲んでて風呂にも入ってね
しまちゃんしまちゃんしまちゃんってば
俺のことですか小野田さん
うんそうずっと呼んでんのに気づかないからあとこっちもねこの前言ってたプログラム覚えてる
そのしまちゃんって
もうこの前戸川さんがそう言ってたからまずかった
あいつかいやまずいっていうかちゃん付けはどうかと
島は置物みたいで表情がないからせめて名前くらい可愛くしてやろうっていう課長命令だから戸川さんって面白い子好きだから気に入られてんだよ
ギャグなんて言えませんけどそれに好かれてないし
そういうとこじゃない
So overall, it's a great BL manga with a solid story. It pushes all the right buttons. You know, there's enough of like the oh and the aww, and it has really good art to help tell the story. A good drama CD if that's your thing, and a great doujinshi series about Onoda and his friend that he mentions in the story, named Deguchi, and the first 2 chapters of the doujinshi are actually on the drama CD. So good stuff there. Deguchi also good job. I didn't look up his voice actor, but you know, I promise he sounds good. So yes, I do have some beefs with the English translation, but it's mostly because I read the fan translation first, and I think I developed a preference for it. I still think that title sounds stupid. I mean, like, I don't. Do you agree that title sounds stupid, or is it just me? Am I just weird? Anyway, next week I will actually. Well, next week I wish. Next time I will do something I didn't like, just for funsies. So I'll see you then. Bye bye.